What up, my fellow weirdos? Welcome to the first episode of Season 2 of E2 Explains. It's been a minute since I discussed music, and this time, I want to go down that rabbit hole deeper than ever before. That's right, people, we're gonna go really deep with this one.
Hey, yo, what?
Deep voice guy, you know that's not what I meant! Sorry, people. That's my new neighbor. We've been long-time acquaintances, but he recently decided to move in next door, and now he invades my privacy whenever he feels like it. Anywho, what I mean by going down the rabbit hole is that we're gonna start an arc. We'll be reviewing every single album by my favorite metal band of all time, Avenged Sevenfold.
Metal normie, you like these puppy metal bands.
Don't make me call the cops on you and get you arrested for trespassing. Sorry about that. Anyhow, we'll be going in order, starting with the album that started it all for the band, Sounding the Seventh Trumpet. Shockingly enough, not many people talk about this album, and the ones who do complain about how dated and mediocre it sounds. Well, today, I'll be the first to do a full-on analysis of the entire record and give my full, honest, unbiased opinion, with cringe in between. Firstly, I must say, get a load of this album cover. Compared to other 8-7X album covers, this has to be the most loud and cheesiest of the bunch. But in a case of possible fanboyism, there is certain charm to this album cover that I cannot describe. It's possibly because of the purple hue of the cover, the whole album in general. It has some sort of pleasing aesthetic to it that I very much appreciate. I am indeed a fan of the color purple. In my opinion, I think it looks pretty dog. Secondly, the name. Sounding the Seventh Trumpet. What could it mean? Well, do I have the answer for you? I may not be a Christian, but I definitely knew it had to do with something of that sort, so I had to search through Bible sites to see what the hell this was supposed to mean. The name references a hypothetical end of the world / apocalypse in which 7 angels sound a trumpet that spawns some sort of disaster. The seventh trumpet represents God claiming his kingdom, aka the end of the world. I'm not gonna lie, I felt really awkward talking about this. This is a music review, not a church session. Lastly, the music itself. Unlike present-day A7X albums you hear nowadays, this album is primarily metalcore. Now, what in the fuck does that mean, I hear you non-music fans ask? Well, the term combines extreme metal and hardcore punk, hence metalcore. This fusion creates a sound that contains heavy riffs, double bass drumming, and blast beats. The vocals also contain screamo and occasional singing. Now, when it comes to this album, the majority of the songs on it are indeed screamo, with occasional singing, which for most of the part are either in the chorus or the end of the song. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, it's time for the reason why you all clicked on this video in the first place. We'll now be going through each track and rank them. Without further ado, here we go. Well, would you look at that, I actually have the CD itself. Though I must stress, it definitely has seen better days. There's a crack on it, and the disc is very loose. Alright, let's pop it in now. Get this garbage out of here. I'm just kidding, The Weeknd is very cool. I love the album so much, my favorite Weeknd album. Alright, anyways, let's put it in, and let's start ranking. It's just stock rain sound effect. It's actually quite calming. What a nice— oh, Jesus Christ! Whew, that was unexpected. Anyways, this is the opening track for the album, To End the Rapture. Now, I must say, it holds very well for an opening track. I can actually say it's one of my favorite tracks on the album, and I can very well say it's a hidden gem. The guitar solo at the start of the song is absolutely amazing to hear, and it's very satisfying. Scratches your brain in the right parts. Now, I must admit, the vocals on this song are kinda shoddy. It is not just the vocals on this song, almost the entire album when there is clean singing. The vocals are kind of mediocre. But again, there's a charm to it that makes me not mind it very much. But overall, this is a fantastic start to the album, and it's one of my favorite tracks on the album. And we are only just getting started. This is a pretty good 8 out of 10 song. Now, before we go to the next track, I should mention, there is an alternative version of the song that appears on the very first pressing of the album. For those who don't know, Sound of the Seventh Trumpet had 2 pressings, the first release and the second release in 2002. The first release date is actually unknown, but we do know in this version that there is an alternative version of To End the Rapture that instead of being very much heavy metal, it's a piano ballad. Take a listen. Now this version is obviously very beautiful, but I must say the vocals on this version are even more shoddy than the one we hear nowadays. But nevertheless, this is a pretty good solid opening track. For this version, I'll give it a 7 out of 10, and for the heavy metal version, it's an 8 out of 10. Alright, our first full-length track minus the opening, Turn the Other Way. Now I must say, the guitar riffs in this song is, for lack of a better word, very funky. It's weird. I'm not sure how to feel about the riffs in this song. Also, not to mention, for the screamo in this song, it's almost damn near incomprehensible. I can barely understand what the lyrics are, minus the clean singing. It's not even on this track. It's on every track on the entire damn album. The whole screamo on the entire album is almost incomprehensible. You can barely understand what the lyrics are until you search them up. As mentioned before, the riffs are kind of funky. But the more you listen to it, the more it grows on you, actually. The riffs are what makes the song actually catchy. Now, lyrically, it's a mixed bag. It describes a relationship that's not doing too well, and they're on the brink of a breakup. Now, I know what you're thinking. We've heard this subject billions and billions of times, and I get that. Which makes this song kind of stale, especially with the goofy ass lyrics. Restless nights, they're not far away. Away! What? I apologize to the Turn the Other Way community, but my god, these lyrics, they're not good. But I'll give it this. The clean singing parts on this song are pretty good, especially in the chorus, when the drumming gets faster and faster. I really liked that. Also, the ending vocals has no business giving me so many goosebumps. But overall, I'd say this track is pretty fine. It's good at what it does. I give it a nice 7 out of 10. It's pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna be real for a second. When this song started, it actually gave me a jump scare when I listened to it for the first time. Because the previous song was fading, and my volume was at full blast. So when it did, I literally got jump scared. Anyways, for this song, I can only say this is actually a bit better than Turn the Other Way. I like how faster it is, a lot more party-ish. And I appreciate the clean singing towards the end, which is very, very catchy. It makes you want to sing along to it. Also, this song must have my favorite drum moment from the entire album, point blank period. Although I must say, like Turn the Other Way, the song's meaning is a bit corny. Although on this one, it's a bit cornier than Turn the Other Way. It's about the undead and how they're becoming alive and there's nothing you can do to stop it. That's kinda silly in my opinion. Another goofy moment I must point out is M Shadow's goofy little scream he does after the pre-chorus. During the build-up after that, he really does and I couldn't help but laugh. It was kinda silly. Other than those goofy moments, the song kinda drags on. But overall, I'd say it's a pretty decent song. It's slightly better than Turn the Other Way, but not by much. It's a good 7.3 out of 10. It's decent. It seems to be that we are increasing in quality, and in my opinion, this song is actually the best on the album, if we put Warmness on the Soul aside, because that's obviously the fan favorite. Everyone will agree that that one is the best one. So if we put popularity aside, and just think what is actually the best, I'd say it goes to the Art of Subconscious Illusion. It sounds the most quality on the album. It seems to be both really catchy, has a kick-ass riff, and it contains my favorite shortest feature bar ever, M Shadow's wife, Valerie.
As my victims bleed, can't use my abilities. Use my abilities.
Similar to Darkness Surrounding, however, there are some goofy parts. In this track, we have occasional talking and even whispering, like interludes in the song. And they're kind of silly. In the first part, we got Matt Shadows going, "This can't be happening. Why is this happening? Who the fuck are you?" It's kind of silly. And in the second interlude, which is much longer, we have some whispering overlapping with some talking, with lyrics such as, "My razor sharp knife's edge pierces my victim's body, but I can't take their soul. Punching through jello, stabbing, not killing. Disappointment, discomfort. I was left bamboozled. What was I supposed to think of those strange bars? Overall, put the goofiness aside, in my opinion, it's the most quality song on the album. I give it a good 8 out of 10. It was pretty alright. I really enjoyed what I heard. Up next, we got my phone. My phone's ringing. Who could it be? Chase! Where the hell?
Easy. Okay, thank God. Okay, you don't have much time. Okay, you have to trust me on this one.
I
Okay.
think I would trust you. You've lied to me countless of times. I'm not gonna believe your story this time. What is going on?
Wait, no. I'm being for real this time. Please trust me. Okay. Listen. They're coming after you.
Who's they? More people you've invited over without my permission?
No, easy. You have to
Whatever,
believe me
I'm
this
gonna
time.
make
I'm
my
not making
video.
things up this
No,
time.
shut
You
up.
have
I have to make my
fine.
video right
No,
now.
it's
I have
not
to do
hang
it
up on
now.
this. Do
I
it
have to
now.
do
Do
it
not
now.
hang
I'm not gonna lie, this song is worse than the Art of Subconscious Illusion. This is when the quality starts slowly falling down. This song screams filler, and it drags on way too long, and by the time the clean singing comes, you're about to skip it. It's just boring. Also, from what I can tell, based on the lyrics, this song seems to be about vampires, hence the title We Come Out at Night. Now, if I'm correct, which I think I am, then this is possibly the silliest song on this album. I will say, the ending part of the song, when it's just clean singing, is actually nice, borderline relaxing, especially at the end when it's just a piano. I find it really relaxing and charming. But there's not that much to say about this song other than it's fine. It's worse than the Art of Subconscious Illusion. It's just a mediocre filler song. I give it a 5 out of 10. It's Here we go. Lips of Deceit. Our very first song that's just pure screamo. No singing at all. Minus the little singing overlay in the background you hear towards the end of the song, which goes,
I'm right. Oh, yeah.
It's kind of bad. That part's kind of bad. So we don't gotta worry about that part. Anyways, Lips of Deceit is our first song without screamo, as I said. But I actually don't mind it because the lyrics and the meaning of it are actually borderline inspiring. The song describes how you should stand up against all negativity, guilt, tabloids, just everything. You know, you gotta stand up against, ignore the lips of deceit, and rise to the top. Similar to We Come Out at Night, this is another filler song. But it's better than We Come Out at Night because of its lyrical content and meaning. So I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. It's not bad. Just Alrighty, here we are, people, the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for me to talk about the fan favorite, Warmness on the Soul. What is there to be said about it other than it's such a beautiful, such amazing song that gives me so much warmness on the soul, pun intended. I really love M. Shadow's vocals on the song. It's really amazing and satisfying to hear. His vocals shine the best on this album. It is amazing, and I love the guitar solo they put at the end of the first chorus. It hits you like a brick, and it is outstanding. Despite this being their first piano ballad as a band, they hit it right out of the park immediately. I can actually say that to this day, this remains one of their best piano ballads, and this is their first one too. They hit it so on target with this one. It is right on the money. Everything from the musical composition down to the vocals and the mixing and guitar solo are so mesmerizing and beautiful. I am legit feeling a 10 out of 10 on this song. The Art of Subconscious may be my favorite, but Warmness on the Soul is the best on the album. Yeesh, is the song a mixed bag. This acts like an aftermath to Turn the Other Way, in which our relationship has officially broken up, and our guy's complaining about the time he's wasted on the relationship, that he never thought it would truly come to this. That may sound specific because they wrote that one bar in our face, especially in this one breakdown where it just repeats it over and over again. So much time I've wasted that I never thought it'd come to this. So much time I've wasted that I never thought it'd come to this. So much time I've wasted that I never thought it is so annoying. Then immediately after that random breakdown, we have this clean singing, which is nice, but is overlaid by some stupid effect that sounds like you're talking over the telephone. It sounds so bad. It goes like, "We had something great, then it was washed away." But I will concede, the breakdown that comes immediately after this is actually pretty damn good. So there's just all three sections towards the end of the song that gives you such an emotional roller coaster. Like, one part is bad, the other part is really bad, but another part is good. Like, what am I supposed to feel about this part of the song? Huh? What's this? My phone's ringing again? Unknown number. I can tell it's gonna be one of those days. Can I help you?
I'm coming for you, Izu.
Huh?
Be ready. I'm coming to you right now.
What are you talking about? Get the fuck on my line! Piece of shit.
Dude, I think Jesus is right. You are in trouble. You better run.
Deep voice guy, you're still here? What are you doing in my house? This has nothing to do with you!
Ah, there it is. When you yell, you're paranoid. I think you're scared. I think you think he's right.
I'm not paranoid! You're gonna make my blood pressure go up. Anyways, continue the review. Basically, a Never Good Time Wasted is alright. It is a 5 out of 10. It's okay. This is easily the worst sounding song on the album, point blank period. There's nothing good about this song. I didn't know what to take out of it when I first listened to it the first time, and I still don't know now. Similar to Lips of the Seat, it's purely just screamo. There's not even any singing overlay or nothing. It's just screamo. But the thing is, there's no chorus at all. There's no chorus, there's no bridge, there's no outro, there's no nothing. It's just some random screamo about some random lyrics. I don't even know what the meaning of it is. The lyrics, the song is just that bad. I'm legit giving it a 2 out of 10. It was just so terrible. Like We Come Out of Night, this is another song that just screams filler. Although this filler is a bit more serious. The song mainly focuses on death, mainly suicide, and the preciousness of life that we take for granted until someone we love kills themselves, and that person just becomes a picture in their frame. The memories of them, and how they became a memory. The song is unfortunately ruined by the mediocre screamo, the goofy lyrics with the clean singing at the end, and don't get me started on the horrendous interlude with the talking and whispering that goes, "It's gone. It's gone. Forever. Right before my very eyes. And just when I think I'm in light of things, it slips away into darkness. Overall, this song is just dreadfully mediocre, and is honestly the most forgettable track on this album. Feeling a decent 4 out of 10. It's just not good. By this point, the quality is slowly rising back up. In this case, the song is actually an improvement over Forgotten Faces, and the lyrics are honestly inspiring, like Lips of Deceit. The song describes of having to be against those that would want to try and tear you down, and that true friends will always have your back regardless. Just block the fake friends. The clean singing is exceptional on this track, and I really like the opening intro lyrics to the song. It's really catchy and makes you want to sing along to it. We also make a comeback with the kick-ass riffs and the hardcore screamo that I very much enjoy. I can honestly say this is just one of those songs that keeps coming up on my mind whenever 77 Trumpet is on my mind. Not much else to say, pretty decent filler, thinking 6 out of 10. This track is pretty unique because, unlike the other tracks on 77 Trumpet, this is the only track that has purely clean singing. No screaming, no screamo, no growls, no any of that nonsense. It's just clean singing, which is honestly a good change of pace on the album. The chorus, in my opinion, is quite infectious and it will grow on you after a while, especially since the chorus is shoved in your face a lot in the song. Anyways, this song is one of the more better ones on that album because of its clean singing, and the song's meaning is actually a lot more relatable and has stood the test of time. It speaks about growing up broke and living on the streets and learning life the street way, learning about gangs and such, racism and murders. Has this topic been done dozens of times? Yes, but mainly from a black artist towards a black audience. I have never seen a topic like this being discussed by a white man from a white band, especially in a metal band. It makes this song unique. Now please don't start a flame war in the comments. Be polite about this down below. I don't want no controversy from what I said. I'm simply calling things like I see it. In my opinion, the fact that a white man is talking about a topic like this makes this song unique, as majority of songs about this topic is mainly discussed through a black man's eyes instead of a white man's eyes. Alas, this song gets a good 7 out of 10. It's a pretty damn good song in my book, and does a good job at what it does, and it is very unique. Well friends, this is it. We've reached our final stop on the album, the final track, Shattered by Broken Dreams. Now I must say, this song is my second favorite on the album. It is very quality, especially with the acoustic music in the background in the beginning of the track, along with the clean singing. Makes up for a very beautifully sad song. Similar to Forgotten Faces, this song deals on a more serious topic, addiction. This song is about someone who has some kind of bad addiction to drugs, alcohol, pills, or any of the sort, and they're killing their lives by doing it, in the cost of continuing to reach for their dream. Hence, shattered by broken dreams. While you're achieving your life, you're doing this at the cost of having this painful addiction. Not only are you hurting your friends and family, you're mostly hurting yourself. And yet, despite all the pain and suffering you're giving them, they're still on your side. They'll still give you support, and you'll always still be in their hearts. I can honestly say that this is a hidden gem in the A7X discography. It is so beautifully sad, so heart-wrenching, and so amazing. It's unfortunate that the song never got the attention it deserves, and still less to this day. I'm hoping that one day, out of the blues, this song gets some recognition, because it deserves it. It is really quality, especially for its time. With the acoustic guitar, the beautiful singing, the amazing musical structure, and the balanced screamo, we have ourselves our more quality song, the second best track on the album. The best part? There's little to no goofy parts at all. Well, except for this one part that's really goofy. Similar to the other songs I've talked about, there is an interlude. And again, we have some whispering. Except it's really up close to the mic this time. Whoa. It goes like, I still feel you there, trying to get on top. You'll always have my support.
Yeah, Mario!
Concluding, Shattered by Broken Dreams, the final track on 77 Trumpet, gets a good 9 out of 10. It deserves it. Concluding, 77 Trumpet is without a doubt a goofy album. It shows a band that is still growing, that is in desperate need of fine-tuning. But, like I said previously, The charm is still there. There is an aesthetic and a charm that's on the album that I cannot describe that makes it good, that makes me keep coming back to it. I shall give the album a 6 out of 10. Not a bad listen. Excuse me, I have to go find Chase and see where the bloody hell he's at, so I can go and give him a nice beat. Who's that? Who are you?